Yeah, there are a lot of misconceptions out there on the topic, on the subject. You know, they think that if you comment, you know, if somebody makes a comment on a YouTube channel, they're gonna like, you know, do a whole like data search on them and start stalking them and stuff. I've had people make some really have some odd ideas about how Big Brotherish, you know, Scientology can be and whatnot, and they just don't understand that it's a very small group of people, and they don't target you without reason, you know.
I was gonna ask, is that only just a matter of them not having the manpower to be as stalkery as they want to be?
Yes, absolutely, absolutely, yeah.
Sorry, that's my cuckoo clock. Okay.
Oh, okay. I was wondering what that was.
It's over.
Okay,
Sorry.
good.
It happens when we record, and we have to work around it.
No problem, no problem at all. So yeah, no, they are a very tiny group, and when you're talking about the Office of Special Affairs, which I don't think you guys really had any run-in with,
Not that we
you're
know
talking
of.
about, you know, the Office of Special Affairs is the church's legal division and investigation division. That's all Sea Org, or mostly Sea Org, and you're, you know, you're talking about 100 people at the most, right? When you go all the way up to OSA International. And, you know, they don't have the resources to go hire PIs and follow people around just because they made some nasty comment on YouTube.
Sure,
You
but
know,
I would expect them just to Google. Like,
well, you know,
this is a 3-second job, Chris.
oh no, you'd think, but they, you know, when they're dealing with, this is the other thing that most people don't understand is that when they are the guys who are dealing with the fact that that Scientology is about to be banned in Russia.
Yeah.
Right? They got court cases in France. They got court cases in Belgium. They got fallout from those court cases that they've had.
Bigger fish to fry.
Big, much bigger fish. Yeah, much
Now,
bigger.
I'm curious though, in relation to them looking us up or not looking us up, as it may happen, are is that are there restrictions on the Sea Org members when they use the internet? Would they not have access to just go straight to Google and look for us?
Absolutely. Very few Sea Org members have unrestricted access to the internet. Very few.
And they're using filtering?
Probably no one you met.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah,
Yikes.
it's like that. In terms of
Wow.
unrestricted access, when I left in 2000, at the end of 2012, on the base where you guys went at the big blue buildings, they were just beginning to let the Sea Org members use the internet through a filtered system. That's probably a lot like what China does, where they have this firewall, and you know, you can't ever find anything that says Xenu or David Miscavige, or you just can't look that stuff up.
And I'm sure that all filters through to the housing as well. So if you live there,
Oh yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you could only really access the signal in the main mess, which is on the first floor of that great big building that has the two wings.
Yeah.
Right.
On the first floor of that building is where all the Sea Org members eat. And
Yes.
and the main mess is the main access point for internet, like after hours. If you go up to your room, you may or may not have access to that signal, but it's definitely kept. The signal, I think, emanates from the security office, which is in the ground level of that building.
Wow.
Yeah, so
Wow.
they keep a tight rein on that stuff, and nobody can supposed to be able to use the internet who hasn't gone through security with a full, what they call a routing form, with a whole approval process, including them installing the filter system on your laptop.
It's exhausting just hearing you describe this.
I know, it's crazy.
And do all those people realize that they're receiving filtered internet? I mean, okay. So they know, and they're just sort of being told, we're protecting you kind of thing?
Exactly. That's exactly right. Because well, here's the thing. Sea Org members and Scientologists in general don't want to be exposed to not just bad news or criticism about Scientology. They don't want to be exposed to that upper level confidential material because they feel that it will be literally they feel that it will be psychically damaging to them.
Right.
And they've bought that. They believe it. I used to believe it. Where if I really believed that there were words that I could read And if those words were in a certain order, right, and they had
Right.
that key information there, that I could
That would hurt
become,
you.
bzzz, right, it was stimulated, and end up dying.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, it's like that.
Okay, now I'm curious because you always hear the stories in evangelical circles about people being saved by their Bible. Did they pass around stories about people who actually did die because they did stuff like that?
No,
Oh,
because no one's ever died. So,
well, you can
no,
make up stories.
they don't.
Oh, that's
They
too bad.
don't. What Hubbard did was when he talked about this in the very first time in 1967 in a lecture called RJ67, he said that he, in discovering this material, had broken his back, had broken his arm, had almost died. And he painted this bloody picture of how even if the big guy almost lost his life discovering this information, then look, I'm telling you, it's dangerous stuff and you don't want to mess around with it. And so you only get it when you're
Jesus.
ready for it.
Cool. What a
Yeah.
cool
So
dude.